nowadays it's like more often I try to find unique stories. And you know, regular people that are just passionate about skiing or mountain biking, then it's not always like the beautiful pictures, it's more like the people around. That's what I'm more passionate about these days. Then it's not just the stunning shots that are on the front page of the magazines or in the gallery. If I would have continued to just shoot the action and the beautiful shots, sort of, I think I would have been bored 15 years ago. Yeah, I'm a ski bum. I started skiing when I was really young. In our little village, there was a few of the old guys that I looked up to. They were making fan signs about heavy metal and punk rock. And then me and my buddies, we felt like, oh, we want to be like these guys. So we also made our little fan signs. That got me into like the whole media thing, I guess. I quickly realized when I was younger that I was not good enough to be a sponsored skier like a lot of my friends. I tried to find a way, how can I kind of live the same lifestyle of some of these guys? So I started to write about skiing, and then I picked up a camera, and almost 30 years later I still can do that. So. I shot quite a bit of snowboarding in the beginning, and I think skiing was kind of looking up to what happened in the snowboard industry at the time. For me, it was drawing inspiration from the very creative snowboard industry. It became a way for me to create my style, sort of, and like implement a bit of that into the ski world. It was definitely not like the art of photography, it was more through the sport. I feel like I tried to kind of form a bit more of a art within that later. I started to send my work to international magazines, and I had the opportunity to work with some really talented skiers like Henrik Windsted and Jon Olsen, and they had sponsors all over the world. That became a way to spread my work and establish myself on an international market. Here's the very first photo I took of Henrik Windsted. I think he's 14 on head skis. I don't even think I talked to him at the time because he was so shy. He just skied away. I took that picture and then he skied away. But then we ended up becoming friends, and we traveled the world together.
Oh yeah, that's awesome!
Today, the work in the field is the same, right? Like the communication with the athlete, the way you set up the photos, and like the entire process of creating the image, I would say is pretty much exactly the same. Post-production work and the way it goes to the clients and the way it gets published, all of that has changed dramatically. Back then in the beginning, the process was definitely a lot slower. We were shooting on film, often like you went away on a trip with 100 rolls of film and make sure that you had all the film that was exposed in a secure way. I remember coming through airports with special bags, and then you had to ship this to a lab and wait for the film to come back, and then go through all the photos on a light table. Working with the magazines, you had to send each photograph to the photo editor, and that person either hanged on to the photo, maybe published the photo 3 months later or 4 months later or whatever. I remember spending a lot of time on the light table, like organizing my shots, so when a photo editor would look at them, they were placed in a certain way so they would appeal to the eye, sort of. It has really become a lot easier, and it's cheaper, which means that it's also more inclusive. Like anyone could get a go at it, right? And that is also a problem because everybody's a photographer these days, right? Some of these photographers probably like can take incredible photos when nobody is asking them exactly what to shoot, but to shoot an assignment for a brand and like follow a brief, that's a different story. So it's one thing to take good pictures, another thing to be a good photographer. Since you see so much beauty online there, it is harder to make the professional photos stand out. Four years ago, we moved to Canada. And my partner, Elle, is missed BC, and I always wanted to move to BC. So when she asked me, the answer was pretty easy. For me, it's really important to do other things than skiing to keep the creativity going, and that's often where I get great ideas. James is closed a few days a week. Those days I take Tikaani out there. He's my best ski partner. He's never saying no. When I'm working on a story or like a project or something, I go for a ski and then I come back and then I'm way more creative. It's nice to just give yourself that slower pace. And it's an incredible opportunity to ski while you're working, but I really need to get my own ski days, and nowadays more than ever I really spend a lot of time just skiing for fun. James is definitely super small, 2 lifts and not that many roomed runs. Everybody's just here to ski, and maybe there is not so much social media or like thinking about the next year's gear or getting sponsored, or like it's more real people that just love to be out there and ski, and it's nice for a change. Yeah, I'm still out there shooting, skiing. The passion for that is still there. The moment when you get that, you know, beautiful light in usually the afternoons, and like you're there with a few buddies and get those nice ski shots and snow is flying. I mean, the feeling is still the same.